Who's Your Piper coming at you, aka Mark. I'm going to explain what I'm doing here in just a little bit. Take a look at this. Alrighty, let me show you what I've done tonight. Still pretty hot. My bucket for holding my quench water is not really all that deep, and my water is, I'm losing water, so I need to refill that. So this is the handle. I have a piece of square bar stock. This is a handle for a fire poker that I'm going to be using in my maple sap production. Let me put this down, and that way I'm not trying to hold the camera, hold the fire poker, and keep myself in focus and concentrate. So I am very, very new at this craft, about a month total, and you can tell my scroll work really isn't the best. So you're wondering probably, like, you can't put your hand in there. I got these big old meat claws. Actually, I'm using this on the outside like this. I plan on having gloves on as I, poke the fire out at my fire pit where I'm boiling sap. So this is actually, let's see if I can turn this over. This actually fits my hand really well. And I've got the little scroll work curving up right by my knuckle, so I've got a really good grip on this. And I'm not gonna worry about it going anywhere. But yeah, so things I have seen other guys, and I'm telling you, I'm so new, don't take any tips from me, but this is what I'm noticing other guys, things I really need to focus on, making sure my scroll works in the center. And I'm looking through the phone, I think it looks okay. My radius is about like what I wanted it to. So what I did is I started, that end looked just like this side here. And I just started drawing it out, getting it up to temperature, drawing it out, and drew it out angled with the flats, and then I just started to round off the corners, and not the prettiest job of rounding corners off. A real blacksmith would have, they would go 4 sides, 8 sides, I think 16, and then they would be rounding it, and it would look like a piece of round bar stock. And I just need to keep practicing is really the bottom line. And if I do, I'll get there with years in practice and hammer control. This also is about 4 foot long, and I should have cut it to size first, but I just wanted to get out in the shop today and do some hammering. And shortcuts will get you nowhere in a craft that prides itself on doing things correctly, and I just need to stop trying to hurry stuff up. But yeah, that's what I'm making. So what my goal is here is, as I go, I'm somewhere down in here, I'm gonna put a twist in this bar stock, and I'll twist this like 2-3 times, so I'll have some diagonal lines in there. And then down here, I will draw it out like I did here, and it will actually come down to a point, and then it's gonna come back up and rounded this way for like that pointy part of the fireplace poker. It'll actually be, I'm gonna try to do what they call a forge weld, I believe it's called. And you use some material, hammer that together, and it welds, so it'll be nice and strong. So that's my goal for this piece. Now, I noticed, well, here, let me just, that's the goal. So we got about 8-9 inches of snow overnight. It's still spitting snow. It's supposed to end though. Got some big old piles of snow at the end of the drive where the plow came through. And that forge, I have an unheated shop. Man, it really gets my shop quite warm, so I end up taking off my coat. Oh, here it comes. Jeez. I think I'll go back inside. All that snow blowing off the roof. I'm still smoking a pipe, occasionally, very occasionally. Let me get this set up. So yeah, back in my shop, my garage. This is a Savinelli. It was unfinished. You can kind of see the color change. I'm not smoking very often. I dip a lot more tobacco than I smoke, and probably just need to stop altogether. But I'll be honest, I was watching Timber Drifter's last video, and he was talking about all the different tobaccos. I guess there's a video going out there about 5 different tobaccos, and you can check out his latest for details. And I just remember, man, when I was really into the pipe smoke, and I was like, man, in fact, I got a whole cellar that I need to get rid of because it's just gonna sit on my shelves downstairs. And I think this is going on year 4 that I've bought those things. Some of them had age on them, so yeah, I need to probably I had a video out, I didn't get a whole lot of response, but Savinelli, smoking some, is it LJ Peretti? Not JL, LJ. LJ Peretti 2017 Thanksgiving Day or Thanksgiving blend, whatever that is. This has got some age on it. I found it on my workbench in a mason jar. So yeah, I really enjoy this. So I'm probably smoking way too fast now. I'm nervous on camera. Yeah, so here, what I did probably late fall, early winter before it really started getting cold. I obtained a couple pieces of railroad rail, and that's, I think you kind of saw that. That's my quote-unquote anvil. It's an anvil-shaped object, ASO, I think they call it in the community. And then I made a coffee can forge with just like a MAP gas torch. And I was turning out little trinkets and stuff, actually things that I made, and ornaments and bottle openers and just little things that I gave away to my family, my immediate family, for Christmas this year. And it's just something, you know, I'm at home a lot. And so when the work day is done, I come right out here and just fire everything up. You know, I don't know if you remember, probably my new subscribers don't, but I work in a county for the state of Indiana that's an hour north of us. And yeah, that drive that I don't have to do has been nice. But I'm over this COVID stuff, man. I tell you what, it's not good. It's not good for mental health. It's not good for the kids. I mean, like we can do anything about it, I guess. I don't know. Get vaccinated, maybe. I'm considered essential, front line. And for the longest time, it was probably May before we really started running our, getting our own state issued PPE. Excuse me. And, you know, we were just making do, and you guys should have seen the stuff that we were wearing. I mean, we were going, I supervise a team of investigators, and, yeah, it wasn't pretty. We were in danger. I mean, to be honest with you, and we had a lot of staff that got ill, and you know, we've really kind of had to work through things last year. But so, you know, at that beginning of COVID stuff, you know, that really that was rough. And now again, front line, and we're not even on a list for vaccinations, you know, and I'm kind of concerned. I mean, I depending on what day you catch me, it's like, well, let's see how this vaccination plays out and make sure that it actually works well. And then, you know, so I'm like, okay, let's tap the brakes. And then other times I'm like, you know, I want the shot in the arm and just be done with this. I want to get back to what normal was. And I can't smoke and talk at the same time. So yeah, it's crazy. I know everybody's had a rough go of it over the last year, and we've been fortunate. We've been able to work, and my wife and I both work for the state of Indiana, and it's we're fortunate, and I'm not going to complain at all. And I mean, if those vaccinations are going to individuals who are less fortunate than I mean, I'd do that all day long. I've really felt a strong sense of community and neighbors, and I think that's how we're going to get through this. It's not going to be at the top levels of government. It's going to be down on the street level of neighborhoods is how we get through this stuff strong. And that's just by looking out for one another and caring for one another. And, you know, that's all it's all about. So anyways, I just wanted to get another video up. I think, man, dang, this is going to be like three videos, 4 videos, I think, in a week. That's crazy. And but that's what I'm doing. So, you know, I'm gonna try to get some content up. I'll probably have some stuff go up about maple sap collection. That's gonna be happening here in another week or two. I'll be starting that depending on what the weather does. And yeah, I've really liked, we've had some really good cold spells, so now I need to get that fluctuation in the weather and see that going back up and down. And then that means spring's around the corner. We'll be getting the garden in. I'll keep you guys up on that. I've got some ideas for some stuff that I'm going to pull out of the forge here, hopefully coming up in spring. I belong to a face group page that does a weekly challenge, and this week's challenge is what's called a boot scraper. And it was like a light went on. I was like, man, I need one of those out by the garden, because when I'm tilling and early spring, you know, we just got all kinds of mud. You know, it's just a hassle. I'm scraping my boots off on fence posts and stuff like that. So I'll be forging one of those out, and I'll do a real quick clip, because I know I've been talking long, of a little door knocker that I did last week. And I just wanted to get an entry in. It's not really, it's conceptually a door knocker. It's not functional really, but it's kind of cool hanging on my shop door. But anyways, hey, trying to get back active again in the community. Appreciate my new subscribers. Appreciate the comments. You know, click that like button, subscribe, bell, the whole 9 yards. I hate all that. You have to go through all that, but you guys know the drill. And yeah, if you got questions about anything, shoot them down there, and I'll answer the questions. And you know, like I say, I'm not a blacksmith. I'm very interested in the craft, and it would be presumptuous of me to call myself a blacksmith, but just like I'm not a pipe smoker, evidently. So, anyways, y'all take care. Stay safe. Who's your piper? So this is an open-ended, and I probably can't get in close enough. If you can read it, see if I can get my finger up here. That says Ford. This is an open-ended wrench, antique wrench, that I made the holder for my quote-unquote door knocker, which this door knocker was going to be a corkscrew, but I messed it up. And there you go. Conceptually a door knocker, not so much functionality wise.